Welcome to another 10 most epic weapons video, and this time you voted for the featured job again. And while we're looking at some insanely cool great and battle axes today, don't worry you monks out there, I have seen your comments and I will heed your call, so the monks video will be released on the weekend. But without further ado, let us walk down my personal favorite list for the warrior weapons with a short disclaimer. By the of Heidelin, please visit your local market board because I could have easily made a 50 most epic weapons list as there are many options, especially on the crafted department. But it is how it is, so let's start with number 10, where we can see another variant of the Monstrorum gear that is featured in the first Endwalker dungeon and, like I already said multiple times, offers great glamour and gear choices, and you should definitely leave this dungeon a visit. The Moonstrom Battle Axe combines nicely those raw gothic elements of a classical axe design with a slight amount of fanciness, plus a very mild purple glow in the center. I guess just the form alone sold me on this weapon and I wanted to have it on the list, even though there might be options the general player base estimates as more epic. But on rank 9 things get a bit more streamlined, as Bravura Nexus is simply awesome. While the glow is definitely overboard, there's just a lot happening on the whole design of the weapon, the usual ARR relic circles, a very simple axe design, plus a glowing effect you won't see that often, to be honest. Just remember that reaching these steps is a tough challenge and not something I recommend doing if you're not up to the task and want a simple and easy glamour, because reaching this stage takes up at least 20 hours of active gameplay. But looking at this very expressive design, it is worth it in my opinion, especially as there will be more ARR relics on this list. The next one is something I really like and a weapon I didn't know to exist before making this video, featuring the Bear Leech Axe, received from Wolf Marks in Wolf's Den for participating in PvP content. Very simple yet effective blood vein design, as if the axe itself would be alive and pulsating like the wild and ferocious beast the wielder is containing. Also, if you want a very recessed and minimalistic axe on your back, this is it, as most other shiny weapons do look bad when being inactive. This one does have some aesthetical quality up its sleeve indeed, especially as it looks kinda high resolution when not taking a very close look, so a dope all-rounder warrior weapon. Yes, it might not be the coolest weapon, nor the best looking or most up-to-date one, but if you want to follow in Kratos' footsteps, there's no way around the Shivas Diamond Axe, received from doing Shiva Extreme multiple times and then upgrading the ice weapon into this one by speaking to the NPC in Mordona. What I do like though is that this axe literally freezes once you draw it, so the God of War reference is made perfect. It's a weapon with no excuses.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
Back to relics, right? Ukon Vasara or Ukon Vasara, which has a very odd name, is definitely among the simple choices here. But I actually favor it over its shiny version, and that comes from the fact of its clean design. It basically takes the Moonstrom Battle Axe to the next level, and like it is the case for nearly all Heavensward relic weapons, this one is easy to get, and by preparing your poetics expenditure wisely, which in all honesty, I find myself capped in nearly every week. So check out my Anima speedrun video to learn about the most efficient ways to get your Anima relic. And yeah, if this is too simple for any of you, just choose the hyperconductive updated version, which is not much more work to be put into. Which actually cannot be said about the next contestants here, because everything beyond the first two stages of weapons requires some serious effort and commitment of playtime hours, featuring the augmented Law's Order Labrys from the fourth step of the Shadowbringers relic. That is one of the most epic burning weapons, even though it is not the best for the warrior. Still, it is very close and I cannot ignore it here on this list due to how big and bright the edge and flames are, becoming a weapon to draw attention to your character. I actually had the second stage of the Shadowbringers relic here as well, but there's something I don't like about the glow, so Law's Order it is. But in all honesty, this isn't the best relic from Shadowbringers a warrior has access to, because I might be in a minority here, but I freaking love the Blade's Valor. And I must admit that the last 4 slots are actually very close, that they could literally be just one rank for all of them. But I know, that's not how rankings work, so let us form a hierarchy as best as possible. What I like most about the Blade's Valor is how much stuff is happening in the whole design. The magma or lava flowing inside the crystal, the sharp smithing fire-like edge, and the usual blade stage crystals, which are placed very nicely and with the right amount of subtlety. I don't know, it's just very exciting while being absolutely clean, plus having a very good high resolution texture. Just prepare for a hell of a grind and a final stage that might cause some troubles for you, due to how low the amount of participation for Zadnor's raid engagements is. Hopefully Square will do something about that in the near future, so that we can all complete our Shadowbringer relics. And of course, even though it's on another level of effort, the Abyssos War Axe is definitely among the most badass warrior axes now, and I'm glad that they spend so much effort for a set of weapons coming from a savage raid tier, as this is what most players consider as endgame and core content. So it is good to see that the recent Pandemonium part Abyssos brought with a very nice collection of weapons, and the Abyssos War Axe is no exception. Alongside the Reaper weapon, definitely one of my personal favorites. It takes the whole flame aspect to the next level in details and sharpness, while adding these sexy chains on the hilt and headpiece. But my personal highlight here are the candle-like flames leaving the top side of the axe, like a candlestick, which looks absolutely dope. The only flaming weapon I favor over this one is featured on the second spot of this list, namely the Minos or Minos Lux. Yes, another Anima relic again, because they are simply amazing, and I still want my high resolution update for those in 7.0. Please Square, make that happen, I beg of you. However, being featured in 2 different color schemes already, there is not much to not like about this weapon. It is way more recessed and simple than the others are, but the double-edged design with flames on both sides is still one of the coolest implementation of burning flames. And simply from the fact that you can always switch colors according to the gear set you're wearing, turns this into one of the best and most versatile weapon choices around. Especially as farming it is still the easiest relic questline in this game, so no excuses for not looking like a burning warrior of light. And only one other weapon is able to beat it, and for the keen 5 heads among you or simply the Felcleave mains, you know which axe is coming now, don't you? Having the same name as the next God of War, the Ragnarok in its Zeta variant is still my absolute favorite warrior weapon. All I said in the top 10 relic weapon video is still true. Something about the clean mirrored glow gets me every time I look at it. Combined with the best color scheme you can run on any weapon, it can easily be combined with all glamour sets out there, while not being overdone with particle effects like other weapons. Just a simple yet effective Gargoyle's axe, recalling its power from the inner fury of darkness within all of us. Truly a masterpiece of weapon design. But yes, there are a couple of honorable mentions, but like I said, leave your market board a visit. There's a high chance you will already find a weapon you love. Yet there's a special weapon where I guess it might be the only Warhammer available. So for a warrior in disguise of a paladin, the Asphodelos Warhammer needs to be part of your collection. And last but not least, there are some ultimate weapons, but I don't like their design that much because most of them are overdone and dying from particle mass. Except maybe the Bravura Ultima, that looks kinda decent. So, that's it for my favorites, and now it is your turn to share your love for those weapons of a true Felcleaver you have on your mind or collection. And like I said, don't worry, monk weapons are just around the corner, so stick around and sub to this channel if you want to see this video series in its entirety. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe, enjoy your Felcleaving, and keep loving Final Fantasy.